All right, and we are live on social media. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this presentation of Utopian Global, Real Assets, Real Income, and Real Lifestyle. The modern way to build and grow wealth. My name is Claudia Eifert, and I am your host this evening and presenting you the Utopian Global Wealth Building System, our wealth building strategy we have so that you can build and create your own economy from really the from your home, let's say from wherever you are right now. I'm right now in Dubai, so I welcome you from the United Arab Emirates. I know we have many people from all around the world actually listening into this presentation. Now, the next 20 minutes, I'm going to walk you through our products and services. And the rest of this presentation, I'm going to address some questions to our services, our products, and of course, how you can get started with this great opportunity. But let me go into it now, quickly present you, of course, our founder and CEO. He's right now traveling in order to source some more great products for us, for the company, for its customers, for Angola. But the company founder, so his name is Bill Rowell. He's the CEO of the company, and on this picture, as you see here, that's actually quite some years ago, because the company started back in 2008 to offer you precious metal services, meaning really wealth accumulation in precious metals from very small amounts onward, in real gold, in real silver. This is one of our core products, beside, of course, the other different products and services we do have. So Bill, he's the visionary behind, and all his vision really coming, of course, with this up with this idea was all about helping ordinary people to make ordinary wealth. Now, we are living in a very, very sort of, well, how can you say best? I mean, in a very unprecedented year. We never would have thought of. Nobody would have believed us if some of the experts projected, such as Jim Rickards, a global pandemic. People would have laughed at it. So we're living in a very different time. There's a lot of challenges going on. Lots of people getting, of course, unemployed and struggles, big deep problems, no money, no savings, and so on. So with that, there's also always opportunities. So when something really bad hits, you've got to understand one thing, and that is when very smart people, very wise people, people who have cash, people who have community networks, this is when they usually, because they're in the know, because they understand they have the tools, that's when they can actually make the biggest shift in wealth, the biggest wealth transfer. Now, really, with our company, what we really want for you is that you learn at least something from these experts, that you at least learn something so that you can make the best decision right now for you to move forward and to create your own economy. And we're giving you the tools, the understanding, the knowledge, and really the vehicle so that you can build and grow wealth through Utopian Global, and of course also through other avenues, but of course we're going to talk about here the wealth building system. And the fundament of that is gold and is silver. And why is that so? Because gold and silver really over long years, in fact we go back to ancient Rome, would always be the pillar, the foundation to build and grow wealth. It's generational wealth. It's wealth which is really passed on for generations. Rulers, empires, central banks, so governments, they put part of their portfolio of all what they have in assets into gold and silver. Why do they do so? Why have they been doing so since many years? Why are they doing so for many years to come? Because gold and silver is a hedge against inflation. It is stable. It is certainly precious. It's scarcity. It's a store of value. And really the store of value of what you trade your time for. You see, I'm originally from Germany. There's lots of people from different countries in the world. And you all earn a different currency. Well, we know that currency over time goes only into one direction, and that is, of course, downwards, meaning purchase you less and less over time. Gold is that hedge against, it's that insurance policy against your losing of its purchasing power. And so what we have done here through Utopian Global is we have built a platform which is servicing you since 2008 and giving you access to from really as little as 25 euros or $25 to savings into gold and silver through the number one refinery in the world, which is Ark, and of course the number one storage facility in the world, so that you can do what these wealthy people are doing, and that is part of your wealth, part of your portfolio, of your labor, your time you're trading to preserve in precious metals. But we also have income producing assets. So we're all about helping you to have money working for you. And so we had until very recently an amazing product which is called STORE, which stands for Sustainable Technology and Resource Holding, which through the crowdfunding platform, so to speak, for Utopian Global, we would raise money and we would invest it into a real asset, which we would, through community, all buy together, and which is going to pay us from the production of that asset over time, of course, money. So having money working for you 24/7. But we also have in our three pillars here a affiliate platform where through what we all have, this power of word of mouth marketing, promote our products and services to people, to community, instead of the company using those actors, those marketing agency, using us to spread the message, attract people, of course, to us, which then purchase, of course, products and services, and you're getting paid every time you refer. So those are the pillars we do have here with Utopian Global. That's our wealth building platform, so you can create your own economy. Now, what are some of the challenges most people face today? No money, high debt, high student loans, no savings, no assets, and live paycheck to paycheck, no jobs. Artificial intelligence, I mean, I see it really. I think Dubai is one of those countries, like a lot of countries in Asia, where you really are on the forefront of what is going to happen in the next, few years in Europe, in America, and that is robotic labor really taking away jobs, really replacing jobs. I mean, especially through this last 9 months, 8-10 months with this coronavirus crisis, you really saw how, wow, robots are really taking over this artificial intelligence. And so Forbes article, recent article, just a few months old now, actually forecasted that 40% of our jobs will be taken away in the next 15 years. Population is growing. There's more and more people living on planet Earth. What are they all going to do when there's less and less jobs? And then, of course, we also know already that, the way we were designed basically to live is we work hard, and we put some money aside, and of course we expect all to have a pension. Unfortunately, our pension system in the Western world, of course, where there exists a pension, wasn't really designed that way, because it was designed that way that you live maybe until 70 years of age, and then that 16.5 or more workers actually paying into the pension system. Well, this is not the case anymore. We are living now, long in our 80s, in our 90s, and if you're born in the millennium, the expectancy of your life is gonna be 100 years or more. And so that system that you work hard and put money aside and you will have a pension, that probably is not going to be existent anymore for you, or you barely can maybe buy a dinner with all your pension you get in a month. And so we right now see already there's 2.9 workers per retiree paying into the pension system. Well, we are living longer. We are less people, I mean, way less people paying into. Certainly, that will have an effect. And so we got to do something now. If you're in your 20s, if you're in your 30s, if you're in your 40s, if you're in 50s, if you are, approaching that age, you get a pension. You got to do something, but big time. You really have, because at the end, who is going to fund our retirement? You got to really take precautions yourself right now, and not even wait until tomorrow. You got to make really a decision now, because we know tomorrow never comes. So, I mean, it comes, but we got to make decisions now to really actively doing something for it. Because savers are truly penalized by negative interest rates, which more and more are going to happen, meaning that when we have money in the bank, which supposed to make us more money because we're going to get a return on our deposit, but it's not really anymore, because inflation rate or negative interest rates are actually eating everything up. If you are living in parts of Europe, like myself, okay, I'm right now in Dubai because I don't bother going home, because I don't want to be in lockdown. I want to live life. Yes, with mask and social distancing and doing all those precautions, but I still want to live life. So I don't bother going. This is why I created my own economy, that I can live the lifestyle I want. But of course, if I have money in the bank in Germany, in my German bank account, I'm losing. I'm paying the bank in order, to deposit my money in. What sense is that? What sense does it make? It doesn't make any sense. But of course, I was growing up with having money working for you at the bank. Unfortunately, that is gone. So let's just check out some numbers so you really got the perspective. Let's say you or the bank would still give you 5% return on your money. Just an order, $50, $50, 50 euros, 50 pounds, 50 naira, 50 rupee, 50 dinar. In order to get that, on a 5% return, which literally no bank gives you anymore, right? This is like past times, you would have needed $12,000 in the bank as a deposit in order to get $50. Well, if you wanted to get, let's say, $625 or dollars or euros or yen or whatever, you needed $150,000 in the bank. Who has that? Who has this today? Not many people. In order to get a 10K, and we're going to show this, how to do that for the Utopian Global Compensation Plan, you needed 2.4 million in the bank. That is at a 5% deposit. But of course, what we understand now it's more likely is 1%, if you're lucky. Like Germany, you don't, but in some countries, you still have a 1% bank deposit. But in order to get $50, you need 60K, $60,000 in the bank. Not many people do have $60,000 in the bank. And then what can you do with $50? I mean, with $50, well, do I get a dinner here? Yeah, maybe. Not really with, let's say, how we are used to in Europe. We're going to have a cup of water, maybe we have a wine or tea or whatsoever, or coffee, maybe an appetizer. No, you don't get that for $50. And not at least here in the UAE, right? And many places, of course, in Europe, you don't. So you see how difficult it is really nowadays, just by making money work for you, by having it in a bank. It's literally impossible. And so you got to understand that your currency, really no matter what country you are, is working against you. So what will be your $100 bill, your €100 bill, your 100 yen or 100 pound bill worth in a few years from now? What will it be worth? What will you be able to purchase from it? Well, we know everybody's always complaining, oh, well, just since this COVID time now, it's like I spend $50 in the supermarket. I literally have an empty basket when before I had a little bit more in. Yeah, absolutely, that's the case. Why is that? Because money is designed, or currency, paper currency is designed to, of course, do what? To take the wealth away from you back to the central banking system. So making that elite, that government rich, just not you, just not you. So you got to think outside the bank, and why not work for something that actually stores value over time? I mean, sometimes I really shake my head. I just don't understand why people don't get this message. Why is it so hard? It's so simple. Gold has held its value for thousands of times. And what matters is not the price, but its buying power. And I know there's so many people now talking about Bitcoin. Look, I get it. I love Bitcoin. It's outside the central banking system. It's free market money. But still, it's of course very volatile. Has had an amazing run, still very volatile. I want to have part of my portfolio, sort of tranquil, that I don't have to check it all the time and be worried and what's happening tomorrow. And no, just like really stable. And this is what gold and silver does. It maintains this purchasing power. It gives you that peace of mind, that tranquility. So the question is not how much or at what price you're buying the gold, but how many ounces do you own? How many grams do you own? See, in Roman times, a good toga, a pair of leather sandals, you could buy with an ounce of gold. Or an ounce of gold would buy and dress yourself with a beautiful suit, the latest suit at the time. 100 years ago, an ounce of gold would still dress yourself with the latest suit, beautifully, tie, shoes, and so on. But also, 100 years ago, 1 ounce of gold, which represents around 31 grams, you needed $20 in order to buy that. Well, fast forward today, with 1 ounce of gold, you could still, if you sell your gold against any currency, you could dress yourself beautifully. I mean, I'm here very close to the Dubai Mall, and all those tourists, they come, and the first thing they want to do, they want to go to the Dubai Mall and go shopping, shopping, shopping. I haven't been even once there. I don't like shopping. I prefer to shop gold and silver and income-producing assets. So I'm the anti-shopper for that sake, because it's stuff. I don't need stuff. What does stuff give me? I like good food, and I like good income-producing assets or precious metals. I just don't need stuff. But they go and they got this stuff. And 1 ounce of gold, you sell it and you get, let's say, your dinar, your euro, or your dollar for, let's in dollars, you get $1,800, $1,900 for it. Well, with that, you can still dress yourself beautifully. But what if you had held onto the $20? What would $20 buy you today? Not really much. And so you can translate that to any item. You can do it with a loaf of bread, with milk, with ice cream, with a house, with a car, with really anything. And you look over a period of time and you see you always, in any currency, you need more currency just to buy the same goods and services. While in gold, you do not. Priced in gold, you do not. So when we look at an average home price of a United States home in 71, $25,000, it would give you an average house. Well, in 2020, an average house, of course, depends on which area. I mean, in California, probably you need more, but this is the average. You need like $280,000, so way more paper dollars, paper money, paper currency, than you needed 50 years ago. Well, compare that in gold, and I said you can do that example with any item, with milk, with bread, with butter, with wine, with any item. In 71, you needed 720 ounces of gold roughly to buy the average size house. Today, 2020, you need only 143 ounces of gold to buy the average size house. So what's wrong in this picture? What's wrong? Well, what's wrong is gold has outperformed all major fiat currencies over time. So you are who are listening right now to me. And boy, I mean, I can't emphasize it anymore. And again, like it's just like, wow, why is it so difficult for people to understand? And it's actually not. Gold has outperformed all major currencies over time. So that means if you trading your time, which you, by the way, never going to get back, it's your highest valued good is your time. Because we all have the same time. So gold has outperformed it. So if you're trading your time against a currency, that could be the euro, the USD, the Great British Pound, the Naira, the yen, the dinar, whatever currency, you are losing. You're losing. You are a loser, as Robert Kiyosaki calls it, if you are a saver in currency. It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense to save in a currency anymore. So, but it makes a lot of sense to do what the rich people do, the rulers, what central banks do, what governments do, and that is save in gold, save in silver. Now, silver, I really like silver. Why do I like silver? Well, I mean, what is this crazy year of 2020? What just happened? What just happened? We have certainly some elections in the US. We have I believe, a new president, which is going to come, which is very much against oil, petrol. That means he's really going for obviously sustainable alternative energy. What is this coming from? What are in solar panels? Is silver. What are in many of those, the Tesla, of course, the batteries, battery powered cars? What is in there? Silver. We just, in this COVID crisis, you have the COVID tests, you have the COVID mask. What is in there? In the medical mask, at least in the equipment. Silver. So colloidal silver, industrial silver, silver is anywhere. If you think going green, you will need silver. So silver is as well a currency, was always money, is always money, but it also is a huge industrial use. It's a store of value, as gold is. It's a little bit more volatile, but silver is very much underperformed until now. I believe, of course, and again, you don't have to hold me accountable. We are not giving a financial advice. We're just giving here common sense. And common sense in history has shown over long sustained period of time, silver, just as gold, always outperforms all currencies. So when we look at just a very amazing example here, a US quarter contained silver back in the day until the 64. So 25 cents, which actually contained silver. And that silver, which was around 5.6 grams, would actually buy you a gallon of gasoline. Well, fast forward today, it still does buy you a gallon of gasoline, this 5.6 grams of silver, if you were to sell it against the currency. But of course, what would 25 cents buy you? Not even a candy, not even a small candy anymore. So again, the question is, how much silver, how much gold do you actually own? Now, my own belief, that is my own belief, disclaimer here, my own belief. I'm not going to suggest you anything. I just believe silver is very, very underperforming. It's going to go very much up based on what the industrial need is, all that growth we're going to have with the population and unsustainable energy. It's going to have a huge growth. So again, like I want to own a lot of silver because I believe the upward trend is going to be amazing. But I don't just buy silver for it. I also buy silver for hedge against inflation because it is money, because it has outperformed all major currencies. And we provide you a platform where we really make it easy for you to convert your hard-earned labor, which you receive in currency, into gold or silver. And the key point for me, and the key point which I really want you to make understand in very simple terms, is that nowadays, more than ever, you need to stay liquid. You need to have a flexibility that you are very liquid. Very often you hear that saying, yes, but Bitcoin. Yes, but Bitcoin, it's very liquid. You can trade it at any time. You can transport it easily, and so on. Absolutely, that is true. You can do the same with gold or silver if you own it the right way, how we have it, in the platform how we have it, because you are actually buying real physical gold and silver from as little as 25 euros, but you're very liquid because anytime you can just push a button and then Utopian Global gets a sell order when you want to sell and sells it back to the refinery, and you will receive the equivalent in currency into your back office, which you then can withdraw either via your bank account in your currency of your local currency in your place where you are, or in Bitcoin. So it's 24/7 access. And we also have the flexibility that we can deliver to you, of course, after you pay your conversion fee, after you pay your delivery fee, if you desire to do so. And of course, if we deliver into that domicile of yours, we don't deliver in all domiciles. We have secure private vaulting with the best vaulting facility, Loomis International, which all makes this process so transparent and so reliable. We have independent auditing and so on. And we are doing this since 2008. And the best part is that you can actually even get paid to save in gold and silver. And I'm going to talk about in a little while about that. But the second pillar of our business, of course, is income producing assets. And that really means having money working for you. And so what we have done, and this project unfortunately is closed now, so we don't take any more new money for that. So we have had a project which is called STORE, which stands for Sustainable Technology and Resource Holdings, and which invested in natural resource assets. So we purchased one asset together, all of the community in Texas, in the Raccoon Bend oil field, which has a production of around 750 to 800 barrels of oil on a daily basis. And of course, this asset is now closed. From this month on, the people who have actually put money into that asset are going to receive their distributions from the asset, and they're going to receive them monthly in cash, sitting in the e-wallet of Utopian Global, meaning in Utopian Global, your platform, you have an e-wallet, an account where you then receive your cash in there. You can then withdraw your cash either to your bank in, of course, currency, or you can withdraw it into Bitcoin, into your Bitcoin wallet. So those are the option, but this asset is closed. But of course, we as the company is currently traveling through Angola. There's lots of minerals, precious stones, etc. in Angola, which again are very much used in industrial usage. Gonna play a huge role because fast forward, our population is growing. You got to understand that. You got to understand that more people will be on mobile phones, on gadgets, and so technology is advancing. We need it more and more. And what is all those technology having inside? Well, different precious stones, different minerals. So we're always looking at real assets which can provide a great revenue, a high yield. So we're always partnering with different products and services and companies which are in high yield sectors, where you can have your money working for you. So right now, we are working on something which is going to come out. It's not yet there. It will come out. So at the moment, you only have access to gold and silver. You had until recently access to STORE, but in the very near future, you're going to have more products and services available to you. And our third pillar, this is really the last part now of our presentation. I'm going to go into now bettering your life, of course, by helping you create your own economy through owning a business platform which works 24/7, where you can actually really make income with no limits. So if presented with the right opportunity, what area, think about it, in your life would you like to better? Would it be finances? Would it be time? Would it be lifestyle? Well, you see, when I started with this company, I had a good education. I went to college, I went to university, I did all that stuff. You get all those degrees. I did what mommy told me, get a good job, get a good, and so on. But only that I realized I was stuck. I was in a rat race. I was working really hard. Yet, of course, the month seemed always longer than my income would last. And so I felt like, well, something I'm doing actually wrong here. And of course, what I did wrong is I didn't understand finances. I didn't understand our system. I didn't understand how money works. I'm sorry, I got a little bit of a dry mouth here, but this is the air condition working at its best, at its top here in Dubai. But so if you're looking at that, we have an amazing platform for you, which I'm not going to get into it now, but where you can really secure your financial future. If you want to learn more about that, reach out to any of our affiliates and learn more about this platform, how to get started to build and create your own economy through Utopian Global. But with that, I'm actually coming to the end of the presentation, and I'm gonna not go into the business platform today. I'm gonna answer some Q&As here for you folks that you have. So let me just go ahead and look at those questions. Maybe what is happening in store for people already invested? What's happening as announced via Telegram and the social media channels, and of course the email. That is, store is going to start payouts on the last day of December. And of course, as in the Q&A webinar recently announced, it will pay on a monthly basis. And there will be a new update coming, and that update will come in the next few days or weeks, but certainly before the payouts are going to start. So very simple. I also, for those people who ask question, well, how can I transfer the tokens from one wallet to the other? I did recently, just today actually, a video. So if you go to youtube.com/Utopian Global, you watch the latest video, you will actually see there the instructions on how to transfer tokens from wallet holder to wallet holder. But if you have not transferred your tokens to the blockchain yet, don't worry. You will get paid anyhow in cash into your Utopian Global back office. Okay. Hello, Taiba. You say hi, but no, you don't have a question. If you have a question, please come forward and ask the question. So let me see in the YouTube channel if I see some questions here for you folks there. 1 second. Sakiran Vishwandula, you say hi. Well, hi to you as well. Great to have you here. And I'm going to just very quickly share my other screen here. So in our Utopian Global back office, for you folks who are on, of course, store and have purchased store, you see in your wallet, you see the overview of wallets and the history. So you see also something new, which is the peer payout in terms of condition, which you can click. This is a new module. It will be finalized. It's not yet finalized because currently the back office is going to be updating all the time. There will be new modules coming out, so don't worry about that so much. But yeah, so basically here in the history, we see actually that the tokens have been transferred to the blockchain because obviously the wallet was entered. Now, what you folks want to know is where you find your payouts, which are going to start around the 30th to the 30th one from store, and they will be under your account. So when you go into your account, you will then actually see under payouts and funding the money transferred to you, which is going to come in on a monthly basis, and from there you can then withdraw, of course, via Bitcoin or via your bank, so to your bank in your local currency. All right. So if there's any more questions, I don't know, I have to check here, of course, always this StreamYard, and I want to check also other questions here. Yeah, so go ahead and see here the question. Yeah, so Ryan Messer the CEO of Store, he is going to do a special announcement, a special report, which will come out regarding those payouts very soon. And again, they're very different from person to person, because in the Store asset, there were people who bought it very early, so really in the pre-launch, and then there were people who bought it a little bit later. So you have different times and different pricings when you purchase Store. Therefore, your payouts will vary. Your payouts will be different from person to person. And so Ryan is going to come out with a report, in-depth analysis, so that you can understand what those payouts will be. All right, so this is going to come. And again, also for you folks, we always do, of course, those webinars, those Zoom calls in your back office. If you're an Utopian Global affiliate or a customer, for that sake, in your back office, you always have a little button there, which is, this bell button. It's a little bell button. It's like a bell. And on this bell button, of course, what you see there is the different announcements, the different, basically when there are webinars, when there are presentations, when there are Zooms, when there are the latest Store updates, and so on. So you will have that in there. When you get commissions, everything is on this little bell button there. You got to check that. And if you wish to attend one of those Zooms, well, you can very simply attend these Zooms there. But then also, of course, on the on the platform, on the gold. So it's very simple here. You see, in our gold platform, in our gold silver platform, you always see the last pricings on the precious metals there. And Monday to Friday, the new price will be set. Weekends, of course, you see always the Friday price. We have today Saturday, you see the Friday price. Monday, you will have a new price. And you see your balance, which you have in your account, which is on physical metals, not converted yet into a bar, coin, and so on. And then, of course, you have here your purchase button, where you can then go ahead and purchase. Always when you agree, you have the different ways how you can purchase, either via bank, via credit card, e-wallet, or Bitcoin. And you can even sell back. So if you wish to sell back, you can do that at any time. And the money from the sellback will then be just like your Store money under your account, under payouts and funding. Very simple. When you have purchased grams and you have grams available, you can also convert them to a product. That could be a 250 gram bar, 100 gram bar, a silver 3 ounce bar. It's a round, but it's actually a bar. It's a King David collectible, but it also is a bar, a bullion bar. We have 500 gram silver bars, a 50 gram gold bar, a 1 gram gold bar, a collectible Joseph coin, but which is also a bar. So we have those different products you then can convert them to. You have your voltage and storage, where then of course you see your amounts, your balance which you have in there, of converted from physical liquid gold into a coin, a bar, an ounce. You have the new storage facility. You see here, we have like 500 gram bars of silver. We have like a 2,700 gram bars of gold. Now, 31 grams is approximately right now, well, we know here it's 1,000, it's an ounce actually, it's 1,524 of euros. That is, it's almost like $1,800 or $1,900. So this is how you make the calculation there. You have, King David's, you have 50 gram bars, you have Joseph bars and other bars there. So this is really amazing, flexible. You see your history, you see your balance, you see your sellbacks and everything in your back office. So really, really cool. I mean, I'm doing this since 2008. And yes, there were times I sold a little bit back, not so often, because I see it as my insurance policy, but especially when the global crisis was on the mortgage prime crisis, gold reached, its highest back then. It has now since then broken that very recently in July, but silver reached $50. I sold, and then I bought in back Of course, very cheap. But again, this is not to be speculation. I don't see it as speculation. Sometimes I trade some in, but I see it as a long-term insurance policy. That's what I see it. And I see my business platform and our business platform, which I didn't go into it so much right now, but our business platform where you can become your customer or build a business as an affiliate. This is where I see this is your huge potential to really build a business around, create your own economy, build cash flow from sharing it with other people, promoting the products and services with other people. And you can literally own your own business platform, which you can build from anywhere in the world, from as little as $1, €1 a day. I mean, let's face it, you buy a coffee and you spend more than $1 or €1 a day, and here you can earn or can own an international business where you have unlimited potential to make money from building a network and from referring our products and services to other people. I started this in 2008. I first had 2 jobs because that was the way it was back then for me. In my first year, I got rid of my first job. In my second year of my second job, since then I have built financial freedom. I'm living right now in Dubai. Why? Well, because I can, because I created my own economy, because I really don't want to be in lockdown. I don't want to be in the cold, because I can choose where I want to spend my time. And, okay, this could be for everybody. It's not for everybody. It was my passion, because what I learned from Philip Judge about finances, about wealth, about money, about how our system works. For me, it was my most moral obligation to teach that to other people, to show this to other people. Now, not everybody is listening. Not everybody is actually understanding it. There's people who ridicule you. There's people who laugh at you. There's people who say you're crazy. Yeah, but unfortunately, very often or not, those people are still in the rat race, yet I'm actually living my life. And so I wonder sometimes, well, if they would just have actually been open and listened to it. And so it's not that rocket science. Really, it's not. It's not that rocket science. It's just that gold and silver is the best hedge against inflation, but you've got to have money working for you. You've got to have income producing assets. And so this is what we provide through Utopian Global. And again, you can do so, start at your own pace. You don't have to do exactly what I did. I went full in. I knew, I didn't want to stay longer in my job. I wanted to create financial freedom. But hey, maybe you just want to create a few extra dollars, a few extra euros, maybe 100, 200, 300, 500. And that is fine. And you can do that for the platform. I didn't want that. I went full in. All the extra minutes, every minute I had, I would just use to build my business viable, because I wanted to really change. And so whatever you do with it, it's very simple. We have 2 ways to make money. One is, of course, by referring our products and services, and one by referring people who want to build a business and refer it to customers. And of course, getting rewarded from that. So step 1 is very simple. You buy your affiliate package. You get your own assets, because every time or when you buy, of course, your own package, you get assets in it. And step 2, you refer the program, and you actually getting paid. You can then use, just as I did, I used the commissions I made in order to do what? Buy more gold and silver, to put more money to work by owning income producing assets. And of course, a little bit I took to spend, which also is clear. That is what I did. And the great thing is, every time you introduce somebody, you make an amazing, instant, fast start commission. So let's say you start a person and you sell a €790 package. Well, straight away you make €264. Not bad. 264 euros. I was speaking the other day here to, some people, staff. I always speak to staff here at the beautiful resort I'm staying, and from the Philippines, because lots of people from the Philippines here as well. They're making this the whole month. the whole month they're making 264 euros and working, up to 12 hours a day. That's what they make. With one person buying real assets, which is generational wealth, um, with one person who comes on board, you actually can make that. I mean, this is an amazing platform. But what if you helped 3 people to get started? Well, let's say you just purchase a free 90 package. You get, of course, your own assets. You get a business platform, the tools, the vehicles, everything. With 3 people, your cost is already offset, meaning 3 people who buy a free 90 package. You made more money that you actually put in, plus you own your assets. And this is why I always talk about you literally can get paid to save in real assets. You get paid to save, meaning you don't even have to use your own money. I used my commissions, all my gold and silver I accumulated, all my store I accumulated. I didn't use my money. I used the money I earned from commissions, from sharing it, from educating, from helping, from talking to other people. That's what I did. You can do the same. If I could, I had no prior knowledge. I had no prior education to that. All what I learned is I learned through Bill Rowell, the founder of the company, and Philip Judge, the co-founder of the company. I learned all through them. And I could create financial freedom. I believe you can too as well. Because again, it is not rocket science. It certainly is not. So step 3 is you build a network. And every time you introduce it to people and they introduce it to other people and so on, well, you're going to make a commission. You get rewarded for that. And all what you have to do is you stay on a 50 euro monthly asset accumulation plan, a asset accumulation plan, meaning you get gold or silver or just gold or just silver, however you wish. You accumulate assets, you own a business platform, you pay 50 euros monthly, but you actually even can get this 50 euro for free. And we do that through the power of compounding, of leveraging your time and your money. So very simple system, a monthly residual income on a 50 euro asset accumulation plan, AAP, that is what it stands for. So imagine all you did is you help 3 people get an instant paycheck and to do them to do the same. All what they do is they buy their 50 euro assets on a monthly basis. Help 3, they duplicate it with 3 people, they teach 3, they help 3 people, you're 9. Those 9 each teach it with 3, and all of a sudden, through the magic of compounding, you make a commission on all those people, you make a small commission. And if you were to build it like this, well, you see how quickly it translates into almost, well, not almost, into over 8,200 euros. That is more, much more. I mean, let me just think, this is 4 times more than the average salary in Germany. The average salary, it's 4 times more. You can make that by what? Helping a few people be on an asset accumulation plan, actually accumulating real assets. You help 4 people, well, all of a sudden you really tap into compounding because it is growing exponential growing your money. Why? Well, because now it's 4 people who share with 4, and so on. You help 5, 1 more. Well, again, it's like making an exponential jump over there. So, but whatever you do, we know, of course, statistics, our statistics numbers don't lie, but we know that not everybody's going to do the same. But this is an amazing plan for you to literally create your own economy in 3 steps by selecting a package and getting started to build real assets and real income. By step 2, referring it to 3 people to cover your commissions for your initial startup fee of the business. And in the startup fee, you actually own real assets. And step 3, build a network and get paid to save it. In fact, 7 customers, you may introduce just 3, who then introduce 3, your 50 euros even covered. So we pay daily, weekly, monthly, via bank transfer, via Bitcoin, and really everything you need to succeed is here, your back office, your training, coaching, application, and so on. So the time to get in for you to build real wealth with passive income, I tell you, it starts today. So talk to the person who invited you to this presentation, but don't talk to them tomorrow or in 2 days or in 10 days. No, do it today. Why? Because, I mean, it's urges. It really urges now. Well, because look at where we are with this economy. When just look around. You better be prepared and you better start now. And again, an important notice, again, we don't make any financial claims or offers whatsoever. The compensation plan, meaning the business plan, the pillar of creating your own economy, of referring, the referral affiliation plan. You know, you make money when you share it with people, and of course they buy products and services. Now you sit at home, you keep your mouth shut, you don't talk to nobody, you don't share it, you're not getting paid. Makes sense, right? So this is why, of course, we have to have this disclaimer. Absolutely, there's no cap to whatever income you want to make. If you come on board today and you just, you just do more than Claudia does, than I am doing, you can make more money than me. There's absolutely no doubt and no question about it. Okay? Yeah, I might be since 2008 in the business. You still can make more money than me. You can make more money than the CEO. That potential is definitely 100% there. And of course, store. And for the new people, you anyway cannot get any more. But for the people who are, of course, bought stores, a store is not licensed for distribution in the United States of America and therefore cannot be sold, delivered there. And we have a 14 days money back guarantee. So we have a 14 days money back guarantee. So the time to get in is now to control your financial future today. And you never change, as John Maxwell, the great mentor, leadership expert says, you never change your life until you change something you actually do daily. And this secret of your success is found in your daily routine. In your daily routine. So my daily habit, my daily routine is when I talk to people. Why do I talk to people? Because the knowledge I have, and again, I'm not a super smart or super guru or whatever. I just have common sense. The knowledge I learned about our financial system, about how money works, and what role gold plays, I want to share it with other people. Absolutely. Yes, I know. There's a lot of people who say no. There is a few people who say, are you crazy? There's people who will laugh at me. But there's people who say, you know what, Claudia? You're right. Things are not as they're supposed to be. Things are not going in the right direction. You might as well arrive. And they start with us. So it's not everybody. I want to help everybody. Unfortunately, not everybody is going to see it. So my moral obligation is, and my habit, I'm going to talk about those habits of John Maxwell, is, and my routine is, I'm doing it daily. On a daily basis, I talk to people. I meet people via Zoom, webinar, here live, of course, in Dubai, anywhere I go. I talk to people, find out about their needs, wants, desires. And most likely they ask me what I do, and I show them what I do. And I see and find out if what I do, what we have, could be of service to them. And if it is, I'm glad I could help. So with that, folks, thank you so much for listening to me. We are on the hour here, and I wish you much success. I'm just going to check one more question here if I have some. No, I don't see them, but sometimes you get those questions after. So if they're coming after, we're going to then answer them on social media afterwards. If not, wish you all a blessed evening or morning, depending where you are. Stay safe, okay? Of course, take your distance and really make the right decision. Start now to do something to create your own economy. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good evening. I'm going to end this podcast now, and I'm looking forward to see you on future presentation through Utopian Global. And I'm so excited when those first payouts are going to start and when we have this amazing new products going to come to you. So thank you so much, and stay safe again and stay blessed.